with a bungee cord. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WCW Monday Night. If you guys never saw Cody Powell in the fist, you will not get the joke. You get the joke. And you don't want to know the answer to that joke. So anyway, this is yours truly, the J.A. Back and goes about a long lift.
Hey, Voda, you're up!
Oh, welcome all to Monday Nitro. We got a great show ahead. Be there.
Yes, and I am Hyper Combat Man, filling in for Zach until he gets the hell over here.
Yep, a.k.a. Boom.
Yes.
So anyway, alright, so anyway, so this is the aftermath of Great American Bash. And man, what an event the Great American Bash was for you.
Indeed it was. One of the most exciting and risk-heavy events in quite some time. I'm still shook up over Masahiro Chono's complete disregard for his own health and safety.
Yes, and we got an interesting thing going on. So as we know, Bash is going to be our next pay-per-view next month. And to make things interesting, the committee has decided to do an 8-man tournament, or planning an 8-man tournament to determine who will be Scott Norton's next opponent. We're going to be doing qualifying matches, so we're going to have 4 qualifying matches today and 4 more qualifying matches next week. To set up our 8-man bracket.
All I can say is, what are the losers of the tournament are the lucky ones? Because whoever wins,
the losers get nothing. They get the fake version of everlasting gobstopper.
But whoever wins has to face Scott Norton. And Scott Norton, hoo boy, is he a terrifying menace.
Yep, the losers are going to be taking a trip with the loser. So here's our card, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be doing some undercard stuff, 2 undercard matches. And then we're going to be going right into tournament matches. And one of those matches was in here, but for some reason it didn't show up. So we also had, for our first match, hold on a second. We had Yuji Nagata taking on the Executioner. We got Disco Inferno and Alex Wright taking on Billy Kidman and the Sick Boy of the Flock. And in our qualifiers, Voodoo, we got Raven taking on Scott Hall. Ric Flair versus Steven Regal. Sting versus Hollywood Hogan. The return of Hollywood Hogan. And Buff Bagwell taking on Diamond Dallas Page. What do you think of those, Voodoo?
Well, to be fair, these matches all look good, but I am actively dreading that Ric Flair match. Somehow, someway, Flair's escapades from the 70s, they give us some crazy
Flair's
callers from the hotline.
Well, Flair's going through a lot of emotion right now. You know, Arn Anderson, it was confirmed by the committee that Arn Anderson got injured in that match with Scott Norton.
That was a violent fight.
Yeah, the German, he got really hurt bad by those 2 Germans. That led to the end of that match. And Ric Flair, you know, emotions running high. He wants revenge on Scott Norton, but he has to qualify for the tournament to get his shot at it.
Well, let's see if he can use his emotions in a positive way and pull off the W.
We're going to find out a little bit later in the evening and later in the show. First, we're going to start out with our opening here as Yuji Nagata will be going one-on-one with the Executioner.
EWF has been running roughshod over WCW. Can they continue their winning ways?
Well, we're going to find out. And I'm going to go check on something with the production people. I will be right back.
Now up first we have Yuji Nagata. An incredible New Japan talent and one who's on the rise. He's flanked by Sonny Ono. To the ring he goes.
Yeah, this is not going to end well for him.
And here we have the Executioner, clad in an outfit that I do not think I can talk about in detail.
I can. He's basically a sex pervert.
And what a mask. What a mask.
a very impressive BDSM mask.
And we're off. Shot by the Executioner to start things off. Wheel kick by Nagata.
Oh, test of strength here.
Let's see who gets the edge. Nagata pushing forward. Executioner bridges up. Double wrist arm salt.
I thought it was a double wrist suplex.
Body punch by, and they're trading blows. Stiff shot by Nagata. Into the corner. Big kick. Arm drag by the Executioner. So far, Executioner has been more or less dominant. Then still the opening minute and a flying shoulder charge.
Man, if that was... Are those horns on his head?
Yes, they are. Front suplex by Nagata.
Yeah, that might hurt a bit.
Both fighters scrapping. Vertical suplex attempted. Gourd buster.
We call that a float suplex. Ah, generic sleeper hold.
Slam jam by Nagata.
Yes, body slam.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back.
Welcome back, JM. Grab the hold by Nagata.
Direction people were had to yell at them for some reason they forgot to press the pyro button.
God damn it.
Well, despite the technical issues, I think we are off to a good start for this show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Suplex averted, and down he goes.
I also heard that Mal is backstage.
Yeah, now leave for work.
Boston Crab.
I'm just spectating quite a bit. Doing a lot of
Alright.
Oh, nice block. And an enziguri.
Yes.
But Nagata's hurt. He is clutching his body.
Oh,
But he fights the pain and lands a shoulder tackle.
And he's like, yeah.
no.
Yeah, he was super happy about landing that shoulder.
Enziguri by Nagata.
There's just one tiny problem, though. Nagata's clutching his stomach.
Looks like he's taking a lot of damage from the Executioner.
God damn it.
Executioner hits hard and he can take a beating. And Nagata turn it around.
Probably not.
He's trying. It's another shot.
Nagata trying to put his martial arts expertise to use. It's the back wheel kick to the back of the head. That might be the momentum shifter. Blocks a clothesline. Oh! And he gets right up.
Yeah, that's hard.
telling Nagata you can do it.
Jesus Christ!
This is violent to say the least.
Yeah, and he's making Yuji Nagata respect the knee.
A wheel kick again. Very physical matchup so far.
Nagata's trying to do everything in his power to slow it down.
There we go.
Test of strength.
Test of strength.
50 seconds into the match.
This is our
That's
second.
a good old-fashioned Greco-Roman knuckle lock we got going here. Let's see who gets the advantage. Wrenches the arm.
Oh, wait.
Nagata with some slick moves. Lands an arm whip.
He had to believe in himself. He used the tiny pinch of magic. All his dreams came true.
Takes the back, does the Executioner.
Ouch. Pure ouch.
Arm drag.
Simple sleeper.
But it's a rope break.
You saw how dangerous sleeper hold can be. You saw Muto and...
Oh! Stiff shot to the back of the head. He's down. He could be out.
Oh, wait.
Takes the back.
No.
Oh! Fujiwara armbar by Nagata. His arm might be damaged.
No, not yet. But he's staying in this fight.
Executioner will just might cost him.
Yeah, Nagata's he's still in this fight.
Oh no!
He might not be for much longer.
And again, chops.
This is painful to say the least.
Yes.
Saying this is easy work. Oh wait.
Oh no!
Club hand
Yup.
bomb.
It's over.
Yuji Nagata is showing
Okay,
incredible resilience.
Showing that New Japan fighting spirit.
Backbreaker.
He knows that if he loses this match, Yuji Nagata, who knows what he's going to do to him a few years later.
Tip chop by the Executioner. Both fighters trading. Enziguri. Speaking of Inoki, that's a trademark Inoki move right there.
Oh!
Capture suplex.
The Medea style.
Gotta trying to soften this man.
And he gets caught with a slam jam.
And gotta get up. It's time to slam, man.
Yes.
Another Enziguri.
What's that?
Executioner is still on his feet. Dragon screw.
That's a particular kind of drag screw that's painful.
Executioner
Takes the back.
Another.
Oh! Nagata down, but he's getting up.
Executioner holding his head.
Looks like Nagata's
no.
attacks are finally getting through to him into a sleeper.
It's a rope break, though, and hey, guys, I'm here.
Welcome aboard. We are watching an exciting match on an exciting Nitro.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap, sorry.
No
Side headlock takeover block.
Oh, now choking him again. Nagata quickly making it worse.
Nagata down.
Cover.
Now for a cover.
The
God
double
damn
rope
it,
break.
Executioner.
Vertical suplex.
Can Nagata build momentum?
He's trying to.
The Executioner is
Oh, no,
strong,
not
but he's
again.
not invincible. Oh!
Oh, he got the break.
Nagata's head meeting the top rope.
He might be out.
Oh, no, it doesn't
Damn it.
break. The arms of Nagata. He had to really extend his arms to reach the rope.
Very much.
Makes the back does
Oh,
Executioner.
God.
Damn it, elbows
And
Leg
the
drop.
ultimate move. The ultimate move. The leg drop.
rope
Learned
break.
that from yours truly.
Maybe Yuji Nagata should stay as close to the rope
Wait
as
a
possible.
second.
Needs to be
The
safe.
Executioner's holding his head.
Roughing up again.
Oh.
Stiff shot by the
Shoulder
Executioner.
block. That doesn't connect.
Was it during the random fan invasion?
Elbow.
Another
Cover.
rope break.
Jesus. There's one thing I can say about the Executioner is that he's very bad at pin placement.
The guy that's trying to stay close to the ropes as much as possible.
Vertical suplex takes him down, however.
Well, it looks like the Executioner may... Oh, never mind then.
Nope.
Blocks the Enziguri.
That didn't work for him.
Oh no.
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Nope.
Oh!
Didn't work again.
Trading counters.
Jesus Christ. 2 minutes.
Oh, God, the knees again.
These are painful to watch.
You gotta respect the knee.
Jesus Christ.
Now for Boston Crab. This could be it.
How much
He's got it. Can he reach the ropes? He does.
Jesus Christ, Nagata.
Nagata not having a good game.
Guy's trying to press the offensive. But he gets caught.
Oh, no. Nagata
Blocks the corner whip. Now it seems like the Executioner is clutched in his gut.
Irish whip.
Into the ropes. Blocked.
hand block team.
Now for a sleeper hold. We gotta make the ropes, however. Big boot to the face. Or kick of some sort.
You gotta see.
I have Shaking my...
staring each other down, talking trash.
Although... Oh. He's keeping him away from the ropes.
Oh, it's over. He's up.
I questioned the ref's call there. It looked like his foot was clearly on the ropes. Well, let's go to the instant replay.
No, his foot did not touch the rope.
Was it under? It is hard to tell from this position.
Oh, I have to wait for another camera angle here. He got choked out. This is not a good angle.
No,
Damn it, production team!
It looked very close. I cannot tell from that angle, however.
There we go.
No, the executioner prevented him from getting close.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nagata did not touch the rope. You know, that's one of the rare submission wins we've gotten on Nitro so far. This is, would you believe my opinion? This is the second submission finish in Nitro.
Well, submissions can be hard to win with. But some people are specialists at it.
Final three-win tag match will go into tournament qualifiers.
Between Disco Inferno and Alex Wright versus the Flocks, Sick Boy, and Kidman. Wait. Ain't Wright and Inferno called the Dancing Fools?
I think they were pretty nice.
One side brings the electricity of the 1970s and all its disco fever, and one side brings the depressive grunge of the early 90s.
Yes.
Which ideology remains supreme? Find your right on Monday night.
Well, I do know one thing. JM, go to your production.
Yeah, I'm going to be right back.
And look at them, making a fool of themselves. So, who do you think has this? Hey, Vodo.
Who do I think is going to win?
Yes.
It's a toss-up. I am not sure.
Well, personally, I'm going for specifically Kidman. I mean, if you know anything about Billy Kidman, and you know very well he's actually a really talented wrestler.
Kidman has the agility advantage on all fours. Past that point, I am not sure. Backdrop by Disco. Sick Boy gets ran into the buckle. That's again. Elbow by Sick Boy. Elbow by Boy and a clothesline. Suplex by Alex, right?
But yeah, with the tale of... With the bios from Billy Kidman, when it comes to face off against other cruiserweights, Billy Kidman is a pretty strong character. But he's poor against other fighters, with his speed being tremendous and his skill set being outright decent.
Breaker stop. Roll attempt. Now takes back. And suplex by Kidman.
Very curious case here.
Alright, I am back.
Welcome back, Cam.
Now, Voodoo is very confused on who's going to win here, but I'm suspecting that Kidman's going to get the win.
You think Kidman is sick boy?
Yes.
Shoulder hold by Kidman.
Straight.
Knuckle lock. In and out. Agitated position. And disco wins. Alex is fired up.
Right now, everybody's literally on top of each other.
This is a man scramble indeed. Against the ropes. Double block.
Yep.
Very cramped matchup we have going on here.
And I shall leave my desk now, for Zach is here.
Here, gentlemen, how we doing?
We are doing fine, and I think someone is bleeding. I think it is Kidman. I wonder if these four would have a good time fighting in an elevator.
Good old smackhead kid. Sorry I'm late, boys. I forgot to schedule.
This has been the wrestling equivalent of a breakfast club.
Here's where I see Zach White.
Like I said, wow.
Backed up by Big Boy.
What, did he have lost any concession stand or something?
Right. Hip toss. That's a straight here.
Look. The front door was locked. Look, the front door was locked. I can go around the door.
They jumped on it. They jumped on it.
No, listen.
Hang on, we got a minute here. And not even one now.
The front door of the building was locked. Go around the building twice to find me a guy with a key so I could go into maintenance because I couldn't go into the store. That's why I'm late.
Right, the man that used to have a big chin.
Back battle drop by Kidman. And Alex Wright is bleeding.
In about a fortnight.
Inoki! Wait, Zach, also, the headset goes through your head.
Victory roll hit attempt. 1, 2, 2.
Yeah, I got it.
There we go, I can hear you better.
Hip toss.
Oh, wait a minute. Power from the face buster.
Oh!
my
And
Lord.
devastating maneuver by Kidman. Alex Wright gets right up. This is inferno backdrop to Kidman. The action pass is furious. Modified figure 4.
Well, I think we're standing there, not even trying.
The block can be very dysfunctional. But they do get results.
In fact, they're probably the most dysfunctional unit we've got.
Let's not forget that Regal, ladies and gentlemen, will win the tournament.
I heard something about a tournament on the way in, but nobody would tell me what was up.
Well, it's the number 1 contender.
8-man tournament. We're doing qualifying rounds to see who will qualify for the tournament.
Back to right.
4 qualifiers today, 4 qualifiers next.
Oh, alrighty.
Neck breaker by Disco. I think fist drop.
Headlock takeover.
Right, headlock takeover.
Oh my God.
And gets booted straight to the outside of the ring. We have a temporary 2-on-1 situation here.
Oh wait, look out.
This boy's gonna pursue Alex right out to the outside of the ring.
So I'm gonna do a spot monkey.
Whee! I love it when we go down the
boy.
same page.
Devastating backdrop to the outside. Alex is hurt. Alex is hurt when he gets up.
I thought I was going to be a PO outside.
Yep.
Oh. Slam jam by
Sick boy,
Disco.
quit being screwy and get in the ring. Thank you, kid.
Back to Disco. Atomic drop.
Flacco's got him leading.
Yup.
Modified kick 4.
Disco, otherwise, Disco is otherwise known as the guy with the podcast nobody gives a fuck about.
The ropes. Wait, he's gonna cover. 2 count
No,
roll.
remember Alex Wright's a whole lot of trouble right now. Oh, Johnny might be
Drop kick to the outside. Oh! Disco might have gotten the bell wrong.
Billy Jim is like, you know what, man, I should do something.
Yup, that kick in.
It's like, man, this ain't
Flex to
Taco
the
Bell.
outside. Look at that height. Look at that tank top.
13, 14, 15.
Get back in. Takes it back. Alex.
The cover. Sick boy. Why are you doing anything?
Big boy punching Alex in the face and hammering him with hard blows.
You guys saw that, right? You were standing there, not doing anything to help me.
Talking about the punk.
Sick boy tweaking out on track.
And the back breaker. Alex signaling for something.
Actually,
German suplex.
I think it was this man, Sick Boy, that might have been dressed up like a nobody to lock me out of the building because I wouldn't give him no crack money.
Oh, wait a minute. What's Alex doing here?
Superflex. Sick boy with a modified.
Yeah, note to self, if
Oh, wait, what's Sick Boy doing?
Alex taking a
What's
ride.
my
One
God.
superflex tree. Atomic drop 5. Ropes. Back body.
seems to have heard all.
And then he gets hit outside.
Oh, no, wait. And Alex Wright's just gonna dance.
He showed off them funky moves. And another funky move. That means counter.
Oh.
Superflex. Oh, hard shot. Backdrop. Face buster.
Match has been working everything.
Alex Wright takes the back.
German.
Suplex.
One.
Oh, only a 2 count. Got a cover. Only 2 count. Oh, we got a pivot him. Only Taylor is back in the hand. This is very competitive. Very competitive indeed. Drop kick. Flying. Rotating clothesline.
Snack.
Face buster.
The smack is flying out of his pockets now. Do not stroke the smack.
Like I said, if that man ever
Oh! Kidman recording to the munch. Your hand is
Oh my god, I
there.
almost got him. It almost ended him.
But JM, like I said, it could have been Inoki or Kidman dressed up as Inoki getting back at me because I wouldn't give him money the other way.
give him one.
Cover. Elbow by
Guys,
Regal.
have the worst muffin addiction I've ever seen in this movie.
And now for that modified figure 4 again.
That man hit me up for a yard. That man hit me up and was like, hey bro, can I hold a yardstick? I'm like, hell no, you cannot hold a yardstick.
You cannot have the muffin.
Right
Yard
back
stick
being pretty cramped again.
For those of you that don't know, yardstick is slang for $100 bill.
Leg crusher.
I was just like,
Alex Wright said he was looking big.
Big shot by Ray. Disco fair to grab. So kick. Raven is the flying whatever the hell.
Zach, Raven is in the It is Kidman and Sick Boy who are currently wrestling. Body slam. Cover. 2. They got him.
And we're out of there.
I'm mad. He won with a body slam. I am mad at this finish.
Back in the day, wrestling matches used to end.
Let's see this again. He lightly slammed into the net.
Like
With
slamming
big
a giant,
force.
only 300 pounds lighter.
And only got it and got this. I wonder if he was so off on the smack he didn't even bother kicking out. Voodoo, what do you think? You think he was so off with the smack? He was so on the smack he forgot to kick out?
I honestly don't know. All I do know is that Alex Wright and Inferno have won the match.
Smacking and kidman, you can't keep putting this much less effort.
Somebody needs to get that kid Kidman into rehab. And yesterday.
Yes. The Boogie Knights get the win. Get the win. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it for our first hour of the show. We will be right back from Tournament Qualifiers.
Be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, freaks, geeks, freaking perverts, and predators alike. Welcome to the hour 2 of Monday Night Nitro, which is pre-recorded on Friday because, yeah, it is me, it is I, the guy who is currently playing Fortnite and not even paying attention to the fucking card. The leader of the newly formed faction, the Revolution, because I'm starting a workers' union, right? Because my people, the freaking people from the from DOA, which is DAW, and EWF, we are going to unionize and start a whole revolution of upcoming talent here in the wonderful world of the big boys known as WCW. But I am here also with Broback Cowboy Zach and the Freakazoid, the main pervert of this whole story, Voodoo. And
We have a great card coming up. Join us for the second hour. It's going to be intense.
Join us for the second hour. This is the second hour, you idiot! But anyways,
How in the heck y'all doing?
I wanna sleep and just play Fortnite. There's a new season now.
I'm here to call the action.
But anyways,
This match looks to be incredible.
But anyways.
On one side, we have the grungy Raven. On the other, we have the bad guy, Scott Hall.
Mr.
But-
Machismo himself.
but this match is important, unfortunately, because this is we have tournament qualifying matches. How many? Let me count because I'm not even paying attention to the fucking card.
We got four of them.
Yes, we got 4. Raven versus Scott Hall. Hey yo. Then after that, Ric Flair, woo, taking on the against Steven Regal, the real man's man. Then after that, we got Sting and Hollywood Hogan, a main event caliber match inside of a qualifying match. How interesting. And then the main event, Buff Daddy, because he's buff and the girls can't get enough. Taking on against Rain Allen's father, DDP. So yeah.
Bruh.
Yes, this is his father. I don't care what he says. This is his fucking papi. This is his papi chulo. But yeah, 4 qualifying matches to see who will have the right to fight in the tournament.
Well, here we have the
World
chronically
title.
depressed Raven.
You mean me? Because
I
I'm
do
mostly
not
fond of
know.
it. Yes, that's mostly me.
If anything, I would say if anything, Raven would probably be me, but no, I'm not depressed enough to be Raven.
Man,
And here comes the bad guy doing his bad guy strut.
is he drunk?
Everybody better recognize.
But is he drunk?
When is he not drunk? It's Scott Hall.
That is a good question.
And Scott Hall getting jiggy with it.
He can't even dance for shit. He got 2 left feet, like me. He can't dance for shit.
Missed the elbow.
Toe kick, shot block, grab parry, Hall hooks him up, big knee lift. Ooh,
Low blow blocked.
low
Oh
blow
my
miss.
god, my ears was coming.
Snap
Well,
suplex.
Nice snap on the snap suplex, lariat block.
I would like to inform everybody to do not call the fucking hotline because I am not going to answer your fucking calls because I'm not getting paid enough for this shit.
If we
Oh, vicious eye rake.
and we no longer refund calls that are done with stolen credit cards. We're losing too much money doing that shit.
I don't know why you keep on saying do not call if you stole a credit card. We need the fucking money, bro. I need to get paid.
Insecurity by Scott Hall.
Plus my boys in the EWF and the DAW, they've been complaining about why the fuck are we going up against freaking goons, bro. This is not the Goon Squad from Space Jam, bro.
Oh, Raven knocked into the corner.
Big shot in the corner. Parry. Drop kick. No.
Oh, Scott Hall is bleeding. That dropkick busted him open. Let's see if
That's
this
cute.
affects him. Raven with a snap suplex.
But I
Nice
got an
snap,
advertisement
nice snap.
for everybody. Go, I need you to,
Scott takes him back.
if you need a lawyer,
Oh! Both fighters indulging in dirty tricks tonight.
if you need a lawyer, call Sterling. He's the greatest
I
lawyer
just
of all
noticed that when
time.
Scott Hall got kicked in the nuts, his macho-sounding voice got 10 times more feminine.
Well, that's what happens when you get kicked down there.
Yeah, have you not got kicked in the dick before? That's just crazy, yo.
Big vertical suplex.
Raven twitching. I wonder if he's alright.
Nah, he's good.
Slam jam by Raven.
We just need a Slim Jim, which is our next sponsor.
Raven dumps Scott to the outside.
Decides to
Have you ever
follow
got
him
dumped?
outside.
Both of these guys are very comfortable in street fights.
Although I'd still argue
are.
this is Raven's territory.
Back into the ring they go.
Yes. Even Serto, he is a guy who, you know, been
Neckbreaker
through a few
attempted
fights.
and landed.
Falling lariat block. Big chop. Hooks him up.
Jawbreaker by Raven.
Falling lariat block again.
Raven's got something in mind. Side headlock. Stiff shot to the open wound.
Third time he's blocked that falling lariat.
Another
Once
drop
we
kick.
go again. Kick caught.
Inverted atomic drop.
I just wanted to inform
Falling
everybody
by
about
Raven this
our.
time.
Scott Hall in the apron.
Sends Hall to the apron. Brings him in the hard way.
That wasn't even that hard.
Elbow
As
drop.
hard as being buff, daddy.
Stiff shot by Scott Hall and another.
Trading a couple of hooks.
Overhand shot.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Running neck breaker.
Have you ever broken the neck of a breaker?
Nice drop kick.
Uh-oh. Raven sounds kind of moody.
When is he not?
Exactly. When is Raven not moody? It's Raven we're talking about.
Even flow DDT, this could be it.
Even.
He is down. He is down and he might be out. Only a 2 count. Scott Hall kicks out of the even flow DDT.
I find it crazy that the even flow is his fucking. This is finisher. Yet it's just. I don't know anymore, bro.
Ladies and gents, for those of you that don't know, Even Flow is a track off of Pearl Jam's album 10. Great track, killer album.
Inverted atomic drop by Scott Hall. Suplex attempt and lands a snap suplex.
Suplex by Raven, nice snap. Raven back with taunting.
Good snap. Good snap.
Good snap. Big kick by Raven. Another big kick by Raven. Drop kick again. Trying to tear that head open even more.
Imagine tearing a quad.
Scott Hall is seriously hurt here.
Could have been me.
He needs to use his power advantage.
Wouldn't let-
I mean,
Hey,
he is a
Mel.
powerful guy.
Hey, Mal. Talk about
Didn't happen to
tearing
me
the
though.
quad.
Oh! Turned him inside out with that
That
clothesline.
happened to me though.
It wouldn't happen to me. No.
Falling lariat.
We have a quota, okay?
Raven acting all moody again.
Again, when
Maybe
is he not?
because-
Raven
Maybe because he can't
falling
find.
lariat block.
The reason why he's moody is because no bitches.
Neck breaker boarded. Surfboard stretch to a rope break. Oh!
Falling lariat. Not.
Falling lariat,
Nah,
oh,
that-
man.
not
Leg
that
crusher.
That man's moody because he's out of hot cash and hot topic.
Man, that is depressing.
Big neck break.
Neck breaker.
Can you imagine Raven in Judgment Day?
Oh my god, yes.
Like, it's not a bad pick. It's just it'll be
Against the
fucking
ropes.
interesting.
Raven would take that whole shit over.
For real. Can you imagine?
Raven trying to work the arm now.
But if you want to see modern day Raven, go watch MLW. It's really not that bad. For real.
Enziguri.
It's
Scott
good
Hall
shit.
struggling to get
I'ma
up,
say
but he
this.
does.
It's good shit. It's good shit.
Falling lariat block. Chop.
Imagine falling
Chop
on a
again.
lariat.
Very good.
Stiff shot by Scott Hall.
I mean,
So
he
big
is.
delay
I
is
mean,
made
he.
now.
I mean, technically, he does have the stiffy.
Block.
Side headlock by Raven.
Working the
Really
headlock.
wrenching on him. And targeting
Crank
that
this.
open wound all the while.
The man over here like crank that. So the man over here like crank that.
Stiff shot by Scott Hall. Running neck breaker.
Man, over here, let me pop that head like a zit.
Oh, Scott Hall's calling for something.
Man, so I'm gonna crank that Soldier Boy, bro. You don't know about that shit.
Raven counters. Low blow by Scott Hall.
Ah!
Raven's Pearl Jams have been jammed.
That's a crazy line, but okay.
Raven ripping at the open wound. Neck
And
breaker.
another neck breaker. Targeting that open wound even more with a stiff shot.
Falling lariat block. Body punch not blocked. This gets
Having
countered. Gut wrench attempted. No.
Oh, Scott Hall telling him to do something that I cannot repeat on this show.
What?
Hall-
Suck it? Are you
Scott
that?
Hall telling him to suck it. Are you that soft?
This is WCW. We are a family-friendly television show.
Oh,
We are not-
shit.
We are not
Well,
like
I'm
that
not
tawdry WWF.
Man, whenever I'm on commentary, this is not gonna be a family show. I'm just letting you know.
Stiff shot by Scott Hall.
Same when I'm on commentary. You better get used to it and you better not complain.
That's no wonder we'll be losing.
I don't think Turner Network is going to be happy with this German suplex.
Turner Network's gonna be happy when I'm dead. But anyways.
Cover.
1,
2 count.
What the fuck are you laughing at?
And now it's Raven who's on the receiving end of things.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
What the fuck? You just over here giggling and your damn
Not all
shoes
getting
and
jiggy
shit,
with
man.
it.
What the
I don't know.
fuck? Yeah, I
Cover.
started giggling, bro. I'm like, the fuck?
He got him.
Oh my god, it happened again.
Motherfucker giggling in his damn shoes and shit, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Raven could not handle Scott Hall's impeccable dance moves. And Scott Hall gets the 3.
Motherfucker got 2 left feet, bro. What are you talking about?
Scott Hall dances like a white man. What are you talking about? I can say that because I'm a white guy.
Nah, you're supposed to say he dances like a cracker, bro. You know why they call the Cracker Bro
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack.
Do you know why they call the Cracker Bro the Cracker Barrel? Because it was run by a bunch of crackers, bro. What you talking about?
I thought you were gonna say it's a barrel full of white people.
Exactly my point.
Oh my god.
I could have sworn I saw it.
Well, up next we have Steven Regal versus Ric Flair. 2 impeccable wrestlers.
It's match.
2 bastions of the old school.
This match is gonna be something.
I do agree. Both men hit hard, they wrestle hard, they are hard.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, yo, pause?
Nah, like, hold up. I'm about to go, unmute. Hold on. Gotta do something. I'm about to run away.
Here comes the impeccable Lord Steven Regal, one of the hardest hitting European wrestlers out there. And he's up against a legend, an icon, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
A hero of Jim Crockett Promotions.
Indeed, Zach. Indeed. And we're off. Regal opens with a stiff shot.
Irish whip reversed.
Back body drop. Who is the stiffer of the 2? Stiff shot by Regal, stiffer shot by Flair.
Irish whip reversed. Flair in the corner.
Regal takes the back. Back body drop.
Big backdrop.
Side suplex attempt. Thwarted into a back body drop. Chop thwarted by Regal. Beautiful technique. That's that British wrestling style at play. I'm almost certain that the old Regal was inspired by British legends of the day like Johnny Saint.
And a healthy dose of classical catch.
Some of the most terrifying wrestling you'll ever see, and one of the most terrifying shots you just heard. Backdrop suplex.
Second big backdrop.
Works the face, does Regal. Flair is used to being the dirtiest player in the game, and he pulls off a trick of his own. Regal's giving him a run for his money. Fireman's
Nice
carry.
fireman's carry.
A little elegant greeting. Fans didn't seem to like it. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, yes! Hello? Oh, Ric Flair! Can we? Beep. Some road callers. Some road callers.
These Ric Flair fangirls need to stop.
I kind of agree. Double arm suplex by Regal. What's it gonna work for now? Oh, bow and arrow!
Bow and arrow, beautiful.
It looks like he's got his leg over Flair's too. That's a tricky situation to get out of. Beautiful.
Chop on.
Impeccable wrestling technique by Regal.
Control. Backslide.
Backslide. Oh, that was... He almost got a 3 count. Regal is putting on a dominant performance right now. Enziguri.
Not only is Regal putting on an incredibly dominant performance, he's putting on an absolute wrestling clinic.
German suplex. Regal looking to end things. Flair hurt. Oh, stiff knee shot. Flair down.
1, 2.
I do not believe it. Flair was rather easily defeated by Lord Steven Regal.
Well, do bear in mind his lordship is one of the foremost men in British wrestling today.
That is a devastating knee.
Probably took all Flair's breath out.
Ring. How could you do that to my husband?
Disconnect.
We're in love.
Disconnect. Excuse me, Voodoo. Let me reach across to your side of the desk and unplug. There we go. That sorts that out.
But what a dominant victory by Lord Steven Regal indeed. Up next, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Sting, going up against Hollywood Hogan. He came short in his efforts to dethrone Scott Norton. Now, these two do not like each other. They are mortal enemies.
These two would go all night if they could get away with it.
It's Sting! And of course we have another legend, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
The pasta god himself.
I've tried Pasta Mania pasta before, and let me just say, it's alright. And we're off. Already Hogan, does Hogan show fear in his eyes? Does he not want to fight Sting?
No, this is just Hogan doing his typical Hogan posture.
And we're off for a scrap. Sting dumped to the outside. Already we got a possible alley fight on. Sting into the ring. Drop kick. Takes the back. Front tie up.
Reminder fans, under this new regime, the WCW outside count is no longer 10, it is now 20.
Side headlock takeover by Sting. Face crusher. the outside. Little mind games being played. Enziguri.
How will Sting look to capitalize?
Front tie up. Thrown outside again.
Outside. Biggest ball slide to the outside.
Hogan stunned. Roll up attempt, but it will not matter outside the ring.
Ball package, but no good out here in the street. Low blow block. Overhand
Drop kick
carry.
swatted.
Drop kick carry.
Enziguri.
14. 15.
Hogan's got a chair. And he hits Sting with it. Oh my goodness. Sting grabs the chair. Now it's Hogan's turn to take one to the face. Oh! That is a violent chair shot. I do not know how Sting is still standing. Sting with a headbutt. Drops the big elbow.
That was a full-forward chair shot straight to the top of the head. Knee breaker.
And again with the big elbow. Irish whip. Against the ropes. Blocks the axe bomber attempt.
Axe bomber misses. Hooks him up.
Body slam straight onto the chair. Sting shrugs it off like it's nothing. Slam jam of his own. Sting thinks twice about hitting Hogan with the chair.
Sting thought about getting a bit wild.
And that indecision might have cost him. This is a good fight. Sting in the corner.
Hard knee for the
Quickly
suggestion.
back out. Takes the back. Low blow.
Hard knee for the suggestion, but when you're dealing with a guy like Hogan, the decision about a chair shot can cost you the match.
And possibly your career.
If you're even thinking about doing it, just go ahead and do it.
Stiff shot by Hogan to the face. Into the ropes. Back body drop. Chair shot. Drop kick.
Big shot, toe kick.
Trading blows. Oh!
Oh, I could feel that from here.
Who could? Give him a clutch. Sting slow to get up. Very slow to get up. Hogan smells blood in the water. And he throws him to the blue mat outside.
Fans, I must warn you.
Hogan's choking him. He is strangling him.
Fans, I must warn you that those mats are more for aesthetics than cushion.
7.
Now another Campbell clutch.
9. 10.
He is looking to squeeze the life out of Sting.
Those blue mats are under a half-inch thick and don't really do much for you.
Sting hurt. Takes the back, does Hogan. Sleeper hold.
They're cutting this one kind of thin.
Hogan needs to be mindful of the count. Sting gets back inside, as does Hogan. Big kick by Sting.
Big boot by Sting.
Into what I can believe is like a side leg lock or an Achilles hold. Blocks the low blow.
Blocked.
Sting takes the back. Hogan too big and too strong. And now with some chair shots.
Ooh.
Low blow by Sting. Sometimes you gotta fight dirty.
X,
Your opponent's doing the same.
That's one way to counter a chair shot.
Sting calling for something big elbow. Suplex by Hogan. Onto the chair. And again with the strangle. The fans not approving. Low blow attempt blocked. Sting takes the back. Face crusher onto the chair. Sting needs to commit here, but he does not have that chance as Hogan goes straight for the stingers. Axe handle smash, I think. And now he hits him with the chair.
That was brutal. But then again, so was that.
Sting trying to cut Hogan off. Hogan with a sleeper.
But runs smack into a Hogan sleeper.
Sting is hurting. There's a grapple. Drop kicking. Hogan's perched against the ropes. Hogan sent to the outside.
The Stinger thinking about something.
To the outside, and Hogan swats him away. Sting with some defense of his own. Drops the big elbow. Both fighters slugging it out on the outside. Enziguri by Hogan. Now Hogan with another camel clutch.
Fellas, you're cutting it thin again.
Facial
Break
ring
of
by
the eyes
Hogan.
by Hogan. Kick caught.
Hogan showing off some technique into a leg press. Hogan playing mind games. What did Hogan have in mind here? Oh, stiff shot by Hogan. Hogan showing no remorse. Low blow by Sting. And a stiff shot of his own. Running DDT. Again with the low blow.
Sting really needs to be more committal when it comes to those chairs.
Axe bomber! Sting might be out. Stiff chair shot block. DDT onto the chair. Sting might be out. Hogan chooses to wail on him. Low blow by Sting. This is less a match and more of a street fight.
Headbutt block. I'm telling
These
you,
two absolutely hate each other.
I'm telling you, Sting's indecision with most of these chair shots could wind up costing him.
I think another thing is he's going too close to Hogan as he gets up. Holding the chair, he's leaving himself vulnerable to those low blows. Now Hogan with a strangle.
Break to the rope.
Fans not happy. Running neck breaker.
You can be unhappy all you like, but if it's legal, it's legal.
Slam jam. Here comes the big leg. But he's not done.
Thought he was setting up for a second.
It looks like he is. Slam jam, and he drops the big leg.
Hogan pointing and laughing.
And now a strangulation. I don't know if he wants to win the match or outright murder Sting. But a stiff shot by Sting.
In his eyes, one is just as good as the other.
Tried to go for the
Sting
chair
again
shot.
being indecisive with these chairs.
Oh! Inverted atomic drop by Sting. Blocks the low blow.
Sting hooks him.
Jawbreaker. Sting firing up. Hogan dazed. Backdrop.
Onto
Cover.
an already very sore neck of Sting. 1, 2, 3.
Hogan wins.
And I'm gonna go right out on the record and say Sting's indecisiveness when it came to chair shots definitely cost him this match.
Let's take a look at that backdrop. Straight on his neck. Hogan advances. And he's one step closer to possibly getting his revenge on Scott Norton.
Well, Hogan qualifies for the tournament. He doesn't advance. This was just a qualifier.
Up next, we have Buff the Stuff Bagwell versus Diamond Dallas Page. An impeccable physique and a suave fashion sense. Meanwhile, we have one of the best veterans in ECW history, Diamond Dallas Page. Buff flexing.
Buff showing that he is indeed Buff.
DDP feeling the bang. Opening shot goes to Bagwell. Sent to the outside, or to the apron rather. Buff on the offensive early. Stiff shot to the back. Stiff shot by Bagwell. Stiff shot by DDP. Up top. Diving elbow. We have a rocket opening so far. Flying lariat.
Flying lariat, falling lariat, same thing. Chop. Hook up a 10th block. 83 hooks him up. Sent to the ride reverse.
Elbow.
Big discus elbow by Bagwell. Drop kick carry. Low blow block.
Who can gain the advantage here? Elbow by Bagwell.
Discus elbow. Bagwell from behind.
Backdrop suplex. Drops the big elbow.
Low blow block.
Arm drag by Bagwell. Takes the back, does Bagwell. Bagwell's starting to look dominant here. There's another backdrop. The DDP is hurt. Bagwell pressing the offensive. Elbow by Bagwell.
Another discus elbow.
Drops the big elbow.
Tears in the face with his boot.
Drop kick by Bagwell.
Jawbreaker by Page. Low blow block. Page hooks him up.
Shoulder tackles. Stomper.
Low blow finally gets through. Followed up with a chop.
Flying lariat. Slam jam by Bagwell. Drops the big elbow. Chop blocked. Flying lariat. Bagwell in the corner. Through to our armbar. Shoulder thrust by DDP. Looking to wear Buff down. Against the ropes. Flying back elbow.
Springboard back elbow.
And he drops a big elbow of his own.
Big kick block.
Very physical match. Hurricane Rana whip. A flying head scissors even.
Yep. Low blow block.
Arm drag. Stiff shot by DDP. And now he works the knee. Bagwell in the offensive now. Hits a jawbreaker. Oh! Headbutt to the... Yes.
That did not look comfortable.
Jawbreaker by Bagwell. Stiff shot by Bagwell. DDP responds with one of his own. Slam jam. Ties up. Lifts him up. Oh, and straight down. Bagwell is hurt. Bagwell is stunned. But he takes the back and a stiff shot to the back of the neck. Now Bagwell working in some stomps. Oh!
Tears in the face with his boot.
Jumping into Giri.
Big kick on.
Inverted atomic drop. Low blow attempt.
Jawbreaker reverse. Tie up
Dip
reverse.
shot. Running head scissors whip. DDP unloads a shot.
He thought about mounted punches, but 2 punches in a row.
DDP looking to... Nope, Buff Bagwell. Counter! Drops the big elbow. DDP takes the back. Pump handle, power bomb. Almost.
Hard to believe we're 5 minutes in. It feels like we're 8 minutes in. Spencer for the ride. Kick first. Page
DDP in the corner.
Possible
DDP hoisted
superplex.
up.
Watch your head, people.
Oh, nice defense by DDP. DDP doing a little leg stretching. I think he should try and capitalize. Blocks the low blow. Discus clothesline.
A little more calisthenics.
DDP is really getting too confident in any pace for a drop.
Low drop kick.
I know Buff Bagwell is supposed to be the narcissistic one, but DDP's showing a little hubris. Takes the back, does DDP. Into a backbreaker. Against the ropes. And another head scissors whip. Picks him up, does DDP. Block the chop. Drop kick by Buff. And another, but no, is swatted away. DDP's got something in mind. DDP blocked. DDP sent to the apron. And back inside. Drops the big elbow. What's Buff got in mind here? Sent to the outside. They have a 20 count to work with here.
I see that there's an empty spot here. I'll take the seat here. We see we're at the main event, DDP Buff Bagwell, right?
Welcome aboard, Quirst. This has been a physical match indeed.
Let me tell you, Atlanta traffic, terrible. I keep getting late to these shows.
I can confirm.
Oh my. Either way, Bagwell did a great performance at the Great American Bash against Lex Luger.
You think traffic is bad? Kidman dressed up as a Noki and locked me out of the building. Had to go in through the maintenance door.
Bagwell on fire.
That's bad.
Axatal smash.
We got him there.
And another.
Just toying with the tag team champion here.
And one straight to the diamond. DDP talked about feeling the bang, but I'm not sure that's the kind of bang he wants to feel.
The bang he wants to feel is his valet over there, Kimberly. Unfortunately, Buff Bagwell seems to want to be a part of that too. See, he's showing off right there. The jerk.
Front tie-up by Bagwell. Looks like he's going to work the arm. Elbow straight on the shoulder.
He's picking him up here.
Takes the back.
Big old
German
jerk.
suplex, and it'll be a rope break.
Almost at him there, I bet.
Bagwell is on fire.
Ever since he came back at Great American Bash, he's just been undefeated.
Stiff shot by Bagwell.
Winning a lot of the matches over on Thunder, Saturday night. Now
And
here
another.
he is. On Nitro.
He is knocking DDP from pillar to post.
Oh,
and
got him.
DDP is busted open off that kick. Oof.
That's got hurt.
Stiff shot to the spine.
What do you have
DDP
to
gets
do
up.
to make a comeback if you're DDP?
Go on the aggressive.
Yeah, but as what we saw there, since that blood is in his eyes,
backdrop.
he's just going more blindly. Bagwell's using that to his advantage. Now he's just taunting again.
Oh my goodness.
Doing it again.
Trust me, boys. I've been in more than a few scraps. Having your own player, your eyes burned, and you can't see worth a sixpence.
Terrible. All I can say is Bagwell needs to find some type of miracle to turn this around.
Oh, DDP sent hard to the outside of the ring. Bagwell going up top.
Oh,
Flying crossbody.
that
DDP
is
absolutely
amazing.
wiped out. Kimberly's considering getting involved here.
Oh, you gotta be careful there, man.
But Bagwell is constantly pressing the attack on DDP. No open. Finally gets him.
She's gonna drag him back into the ring where DDP is waiting for him.
Saving her husband's bacon.
That's how you know the true love is in the air.
Into the ropes.
Oh,
Neck
swinging
breaker.
Neck breaker.
Up top.
Oh,
And a big
missed.
splash.
Oh, he missed it though. DDP got out of the way at the last second. Oh, Bagwell's got him though. Oh,
Yeah.
clothesline.
DDP is hurt. DDP trying to mount some sort of... Oh!
Oh, you missed that one though, unfortunately. The blood stopped him.
DDP getting really aggressive, but he has been stuffed again. Inside cradle.
No,
Only two. DDP's resilience is in.
Remember, DDP is a former world champion. You have to do a lot to take him out.
DDP taken down yet again, though. He's buff. He's the stuff.
And
And
he's
it
double
seems-
up.
Oh, yeah.
Big enziguri by Bagwell.
What do you have to do to beat him?
Sorry, boys. This Atlanta weather's been giving me a heck of a lot of sinus pressure, giving me aches and all that.
I understand.
Bagwell. German suplex. That ought to be it. He got
And
him.
it is. Buff Bagwell advances to the tournament.
Ain't get enough. Oh,
I swear, imagine the vicious and delicious combined of Bagwell and Norden for the world title.
oof. But first, I told you about the heck I had getting in the building, didn't I?
Yes you did. Freaking Kidman. Oh yeah.
What a turn of events. I did not really expect Buff Bagwell to actually defeat DDP.
Remember, he did beat Lex Luger, a former world champion. It makes sense that he is strong enough to take on another former champion in DDP.
So
He's been
first,
fighting like a giant killer.
let me tell you what happened. I get through Atlanta traffic on my motorcycle. I rock up to the building, park in my spot, go to open the front door's locked. Had to go around the building twice, find a fella with the key to the maintenance store to let me in the building. And all this because I wouldn't let Kidman hold a yardstick the other Friday when he asked me for money.
Wow. I think we all learned a valuable lesson. Don't mess with Brian Pillman. I'm sorry, Billy Kidman.
Sorry,
Yeah.
who?
And also, ladies and gentlemen, we got our 4 first qualifiers tournament coming up. We're gonna have 4 more next week. Who can those 4 be? Tune in next week to find out.
Any guesses? Any guesses, y'all?
Oh, trust me, you'll have to tune in next Friday to find out. Anyway, guys, on behalf of the PNG crew, we will see you guys next Friday.